In the shadowy world of Death Note, Light Yagami stands as a figure of intrigue and complexity. As we unravel his dark psychology, we begin at the core of his being, his Enneagram Type 1 personality. Type 1s, often characterized by their desire for perfection and moral righteousness, navigate the world with a critical eye. They are the reformers driven by a deep-seated need to improve the world around them. For Light, this manifests in his desire to rid the world of criminals, to cleanse it of what he perceives as impurities. But what goes unnoticed in the bright glow of his outward mission is the dark shadow lurking beneath. In Jungian terms, Light embodies the shadow archetype. He is the embodiment of the hidden, repressed parts of the psyche, the villain hiding behind the mask of the hero. This duality fuels the tension within Light, a tension that becomes the driving force of his narrative arc. The Enneagram. Type 1's core desire for justice is mirrored in Light's quest as Kira. Yet this desire is entangled with an equally potent core fear, the fear of being corrupt or evil. Light's actions are an attempt to distance himself from this fear to project an image of purity and righteousness. But in his pursuit of a new world order, he becomes blind to the very corruption he seeks to eliminate. This cognitive dissonance is palpable in every decision he makes. Light's meticulous nature, his strategic genius, are all hallmarks of a Type 1 under pressure. When healthy, Type 1s strive towards personal integrity, but under stress, they can become rigid and critical, traits that Light displays as he becomes more entwined in his own web of deception. The ecosystem within which Light operates is a battleground of intellect and morality. Characters like L and Nier serve as foils, challenging Light's ideology and methods at every turn. L, with his own Enneagram Type 5 traits, represents the investigator, a seeker of truth who balances Light's extremist views with logic and reason. Their interactions are a dance of wits, each move calculated to outsmart the other. It's a psychological chess game where every piece moved reveals a deeper insight into Light's psyche. Light's interactions with his family further highlight his internal struggle. His father, Soichiro Yagami, embodies the mentor archetype, an unwavering symbol of justice. Yet, even in his father's presence, Light's mask never falters, showcasing his ability to compartmentalize, to separate Kira from the dutiful son. It's a chilling reminder of his ability to deceive, not just others, but perhaps himself. The tension reaches its peak in pivotal scenes where Light's resolve is tested. In the climactic showdown with L, we witness the full extent of Light's transformation. His Type 1 core is laid bare, a young man once driven by ideals now engulfed by the very darkness he sought to banish. The shadow consumes the light and in doing so, reveals the fragile nature of human morality. This narrative is not just about a fictional character's descent into darkness. It reflects a universal human experience. How often do we, in our pursuit of an ideal, ignore the shadows we cast? Light Yagami's story is a cautionary tale of unbridled ambition and the masks we wear to hide our imperfections. As viewers, we are invited to reflect on our own shadows. Are we aware of the darker motivations that drive our decisions? Do we recognize the personas we project to the world? Light's journey compels us to look within, to question the foundations of our own moral compasses. In the end, the story of Light Yagami is not just one of a man with a god complex, but a mirror held up to our own complexities, our own hidden desires and fears. In the intricate dance of power and morality, Light's journey serves as a profound exploration of the human psyche. His descent into darkness is marked not only by his actions but by the internal dialogues that rage within him. Each decision he makes is a reflection of his Type 1's unyielding need for perfection and order. Yet, this need becomes his greatest flaw as his desire for a utopian world blinds him to the chaos he sows. This paradox is the essence of Light's tragedy, an idealist turned tyrant, consumed by the very ideals he once cherished. The interplay between Light and L is a masterclass in psychological tension. Their relationship is one of mutual respect, yet underscored by a profound enmity. Allah's ability to understand and predict Light's moves speaks to a deep psychological insight. As a Type 5, L's detachment and analytical prowess allow him to see through Light's facade, posing a constant threat to Light's carefully constructed world. Their encounters are not merely battles of intellect, but explorations of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we refuse to acknowledge. Light sees in L the rationality he lacks, and L finds in Light the emotional intensity he often suppresses. The shadow work that Light unconsciously engages in is pivotal. Shadows in Jungian psychology represent the unacknowledged, often darker aspects of the self. For Light, these shadows manifest in his growing hubris and moral inflexibility. As the series progresses, we see how these shadows distort his perception of justice, transforming it into a tool for personal gratification rather than a universal good. In moments of introspection, Light's internal monologue reveals flashes of doubt, slivers of humanity peeking through the cracks in his godlike exterior. Yet these moments are fleeting, quickly overshadowed by his resolve to see his vision through no matter the cost. In the broader ecosystem of the narrative, other characters serve as reflections and amplifiers of Light's internal conflict. Misa Amene, for instance, as the lover archetype, represents blind devotion and the lengths one will go for love. Her interactions with Light highlight his capacity for manipulation, using Misa's affection as a tool to further his agenda. Despite her Enneagram Type 2 tendencies, her desire to be loved and needed becomes her Achilles' heel, making her a pawn in Light's game. This dynamic showcases the destructive potential of unbalanced relationships, where love becomes a means to an end rather than an end itself. The world of Death Note itself functions as a character, an ecosystem teetering on the edge of chaos and order. The societal reactions to Kira's actions mirror the collective unconscious, the mass hysteria and worship revealing deep-seated human fears and desires for divine intervention. In this sense, Light's story transcends personal tragedy, becoming a commentary on the societal shadow, the collective dark side that emerges when individuals abdicate personal responsibility in favor of a messianic figure. As we delve deeper, Light's internal struggle becomes a mirror for our own battles with integrity and ambition. His Enneagram stress and growth spirals are stark reminders of how easily one can slip from virtue to vice. Under stress, Light's Type 1 tendencies push him into the unhealthy behaviors of a Type 4, the individualist, prone to dramatic displays and self-absorption. We see this in his increasingly erratic behavior as the walls close in, his God complex morphing into paranoia and desperation. Conversely, the moments where Light brushes against growth reveal a glimpse of the potential for redemption, a shift towards the healthier qualities of a Type 7, embracing spontaneity and joy. However, these moments are rare, overshadowed by his unwavering commitment to his flawed vision. This tension between stress and growth creates a dynamic character arc that keeps viewers enthralled, a constant push and pull between potential redemption and inevitable downfall. Light's story also prompts us to question the masks we wear in our own lives. How often do we, like him, hide behind the facade of righteousness, justifying our actions under the guise of a greater good? His tale urges us to confront the darker parts of ourselves, to integrate our shadows rather than repress them. In doing so, we not only gain a deeper understanding of our own motivations, but also cultivate empathy for others, recognizing that beneath every mask lies a complex web of desires and fears. In the grand tapestry of human experience, Light Yagami stands as a reminder of the thin line between light and dark, order and chaos, justice and tyranny. His journey is a cautionary tale, a reflection of our own struggles with power, identity, and morality. As we watch him navigate this labyrinth of the soul, we are reminded of the importance of self-awareness, the courage to face our own shadows, and the wisdom to seek balance in a world often divided into black and white.